channel. Today I'm gonna talk about the part before I went to America to be an au pair. So I actually stumbled upon the cultural care au pair, which is the company that I went through in the end. I stumbled upon them on Facebook one day when I was just scrolling, and I went on their website and I actually looked around on it, and I thought this is pretty interesting and I would actually enjoy doing something like that because I was pretty focused on my future and I was doing really well in school. I had a clear plan of what I wanted to do. It was go to university, study medicine or occupational therapy, and start working as soon as possible. Because it is so difficult to get in for medicine, I started realizing that I'll probably want to back up something, preferably that I can do for a year and then switch over to medicine. It was really my life goal to go study medicine. I was so focused on it. But then I also decided maybe I should just start the application for the au pairing and see where it goes. So at this point I was like 90% sure that I wasn't going to do the au pairing. I was really just curious and it all went pretty fast for me, so yeah. So I started the application and it was a really long thing to fill out. It was lots of information about myself. I think it took me like 3 days or something, and then there was an application fee that I had to pay. I also started looking around for childcare jobs. My one friend actually in Afrikaans class, she said, hey, she's actually working at this place and the lady's looking for someone else, and she didn't even know that I was actually looking into the au pairing. And so it worked perfectly because she was like probably 300 meters away from the school, so I could just walk after school and go work. So I started working to get all my hours, because you have to have the hours to actually apply, to actually go. And I wrote my name up for an information session and the interview, and the au pairing people started calling me and we started talking. And at the interview, they actually just sort of asked you some questions. What will you do with kids? What's your hobbies and things, so they could see that your words actually match your application, so that you don't made up things and that you can actually speak English. And they just gave a lot of information, and your parents could join so that they could actually see it's legit and things too. I think at that point when I actually started getting into it and started Googling around on the website, I started really actually wanting to go. I started feeling like something's telling me to just go and take the opportunity and just do something exciting, something different than what everyone else is doing. Maybe I'm gonna put my life on hold for a little bit, but maybe it's gonna be worth it. And so the whole process went on until I was on the site where families can choose me. I was still waiting to get accepted into medicine, so I did tell the families, listen, I'm applying to colleges and I'll hear in a few weeks or whatever if I'm accepted or not. And if I'm accepted for medicine, I'm definitely gonna go study medicine, because that's also an opportunity you can't throw away in South Africa. It's so difficult to get in for medicine. So before you're on there and talk to families, you're supposed to make a video. So I did that. I really enjoyed doing the video thing. I think that's where I started getting my feeling for, I like editing videos, because I started editing little family videos. Yeah, so I think I talked to 4 families. The 5th family was the family I ended up going with. It was, for me, a pretty nerve-wracking thing, because I've never really Skyped with people or anything like that, and my home language isn't English. Where I was good at it and I was able to talk in English. I was just really nervous to talk to actual English people in English. So when I talked to people, I felt sort of reserved. So I didn't say as much as I could have said because I was so scared to just speak. I was so scared of being judged, I think. And I think it hindered my like interview processes a little bit. And also our internet was really slow, so sometimes the videos just didn't want to work, or it was really bad quality and it stuck the whole time. But that wasn't really my fault, and luckily people looked over it. There was nice families. The one lady did a Skype session and she talked to me and she said she's kind of thinking if it's really the thing she wants to do, the au pairing thing, and then I just never heard back from her again. I emailed her one time. She kept me on hold, because when you interview someone, you usually keep them on hold for a little while. She kept me on hold and she wasn't responding to me for like a week. So I ended up like reporting her to cultural care and they released me from her hold, so that I can actually talk to other families, because my time was coming up and I needed a family to go to. I also talked to a family that actually, it was between me and a girl that could speak Spanish, and they ended up going with the girl that can speak Spanish, because obviously Spanish is a big thing here in America, which was understandable. Then I also had families that set up Skype calls and then didn't call, and then they would set up a next Skype call and also not call, which was really frustrating too. But then in the end, I got matched with my family that I actually went to, and it was a little scary because they have 4 girls, and I knew it was gonna be a like busy time because everybody wants to have only one child. But I decided I would put myself up for a lot more, because I don't want to just sit during the days. I want to be busy, otherwise I'm gonna like go out of my mind. So I think I Skyped with them twice and I emailed back and forth with the host mom, and I just had a really good feeling about them. I think I told my parents too, I think this is like the family I'm gonna go to. Yeah, and then I didn't get accepted for medicine, and I still had the option to do occupational therapy, but I thought maybe I should take this year. Maybe I've been doing this process because I needed to wait a year and reapply for medicine. At the time, there was a lot of university strikings and people like trashing universities and things, and it was a little scary, so that also helped my decision along, I think. And just because my dream was always to like visit America, so that also helped me along a little bit too. So I like officially matched with this family and I got super excited. The last few months I spent as much time as I could with family and friends. I started packing really early, I remember, because I wanted to be like so ready and I wanted to get so excited. And I got my passport and I got my visa. I got everything that I needed. And then I went to Cape Town because my flight left from Cape Town the weekend, and I said goodbye to my grandparents and to like the rest of my family. And I got on a plane, an international flight for the second time in my life, but the first time completely alone. And the first time that was gonna be so long, and the first time that I was going into a different time zone. I was 18 years old and it was probably the most brave thing I've ever done, I think. But I was so excited. I was really sad to leave my family for this year, but I don't think it completely set in until like the second week that I was in America, that I'm so far away from my family for a whole year for the first time in my life. But at this point, I was just so excited to get to the training school and be in snow and all those things. So that was my whole experience before I actually left. So all over this process, the one thing that I'm really grateful for is my dad being really excited for me to go to America. He was always saying he thinks it's an opportunity that I should grab onto with both of my hands. And I think if I didn't have that support, because people were happy for me, I think, but nobody really believed that I would actually do it. And I think the fact that my dad was so supportive, like my mom too, she was really excited, but I think my mom found it a little bit difficult because her only daughter, her youngest, leaving the house for a year is really sad, I think. She found it really really sad, but I think she was just excited. But my dad really communicated it. And I think if I didn't have any support from anybody, then I would have definitely, I don't think would have done it, because I don't like change, and I'm a little scared sometimes of doing things on my own. And that really changed during my au pair here, and I'm really, really, really grateful that I went. So that was it. The next video, I'll be talking about the training school. This video is probably a little bit boring. If there's anything that I should go into detail for, please let me know, and I will definitely do so. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.